Everybody, and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have my May TBR for you, and I'm going to be honest, I feel like my TBR is just a little everywhere. I really don't have any idea what I want to be reading in May. I'm scared to make commitments because I just feel like last month I felt very overwhelmed with what I was reading, and I feel like I really just want to mood read. So I picked out a bunch that I feel like I want to mood read this month. But I also know that I'm getting pre-orders and filing off my book buying ban, so I have books that are coming in the mail. So at this point in time, my TBR is kind of a loose canon, right? So I'm going to show you what I think I might want to read, and we'll just see if that happens. So far, I've already finished one book for the month. I ended up finishing Masterclass by Christina Dolcher. So I'm not going to include that in my TBR because I actually started it in April, but finished it in May. The book I am currently reading is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I know I said I was going to read The Hunting Party first, but then I was able to get an audiobook of this book from Libro FM. If you are not aware of Libro FM, they are a really awesome company for audiobooks. I think you pay like $14.99 per month for an audiobook, and your proceeds, instead of going to just like a company like Audible does, it goes to a local bookstore. So you could choose, I believe you could choose which bookstore gets your credit, or if you're like me who doesn't have a local bookstore, I have it just set to donate to any bookstore. So it's a really awesome program. I will leave my link down below. It's a referral link where I believe you get your first month for free. And I think the only thing that happens is I get a book credit potentially. I'm not positive. No one's ever used it before, so I don't know how it works. But I believe that you get your first credit free. So if you like audiobooks, I highly recommend you check them out. But enough about that. I'm listening to this one currently, and I'm really enjoying it because it is a multi-cast audiobook. So each perspective has a new narrator, which is so much fun. This book takes place in Ireland, and we are following a woman who is getting married, but we know that there's going to eventually be a murder on this island, and there is a whole bunch of people on this remote island that could have done it. So it's been a lot of fun so far. It's giving me Agatha Christie vibes. It's giving me And Then There Were None, some Clue. I'm really enjoying it. So this one will obviously be done in May because I'm over halfway already. Then I'm going to be buddy reading with Kendra, House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. I was watching her May TBR yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And I saw she was going to read this, and I said, let me know when you're going to read it because I'll read it too. And she's like, how about tomorrow? So we're going to start this today. I'm really excited because it's a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. It's about this family, and 4 of the 12 sisters are now dead from various causes, so everybody kind of feels that this family is cursed, and I believe that one of the daughters believes that there's kind of more to it than that, so I'm excited. I've been in a huge fantasy mood lately, and I haven't really given into it, so I'm excited to finally dive right in. So those are definitely happening this month. Another book that's definitely happening this month is The Henna Artist, because that is the Reese Witherspoon pick for the month of May. My copy, I think, comes next week because she just announced it yesterday. So I'm excited to read that one. It takes place in the 1950s, so it's a historical fiction, which we haven't had yet. So I'm excited to give that one a try. If you don't know, I read every Reese Witherspoon pick every month, and I have a special video where I review it and have discussions and spoilers, so I'm excited to give that one a try this month. Another one that I am definitely reading is My Favorite Souvenir by V. Keeland and Penelope Douglas. This is the book talk from Book Talks After Dark with Shelby from Shelby Taggart Reads and Kendra from Kendra Loves Books. Their live show is going to be at the end of the month, so I definitely want to pick this one up. It sounds like the perfect summer read. What I know about it is it's about these 2 people who are on a vacation. They didn't go on vacation together, but I guess the hotel is overbooked, so then the guy is able to get one of the rooms and she pretends to be a sister or something like that, and then it's a love connection. just sounds like a perfect read for right now, especially because we can't get away, so it's almost like a mini getaway without being able to actually get away. So I'm really excited to read that one with them this month. And then the rest of the books are just kind of like, maybe. I would really like to get to It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, or any of my Colleen Hoover books, just because I feel like I bought 3 of them and then I never read any of them, so I feel like this month might be the month that I finally try her. So I could either be reading this one, Regretting You, or nope, All Your Perfects, not the perfect. Yeah, so one of her books I'm determined to get to this month. I was actually going to read this for my first book in May until Kendra took over my TBR. I'm just kidding. That was totally my fault. But I was going to pick up City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is a historical fiction novel, which is another thing that I've been craving lately. This one takes place with a woman in the 40s. I think she's like a actress of some kind. She gets kicked out of school and she ends up joining this theater group, and I believe it takes place when she's like 80-something years old and she's talking about her past, so it kind of gives me Evelyn Hugo vibes, so I'm really curious to try this one. I also just remembered another book that I'm reading this month. I'm reading The Library of Legends with my group on Instagram, so that's a historical fiction group that I participate in. We read The Paris Hours last month, so we're going to be reading this one this month. We'll be doing it towards the end of the month, and my copy, again, isn't here yet, so I'll be reading that once that gets here. Another one that kind of piqued my interest, because I put it in my letters, my name in books video, and I was like, oh, right, I definitely should read that soon, and that is Life After by Kate Ganshert, and this is about a woman who one day boards a train, and the train ends up exploding, and she is the only survivor. And I believe she ends up coming in contact with this man, and he was widowed because his wife was on the train, and I believe they might have a romance, but it's really a story of grief and guilt of, like, why am I the only person who survived? Sounds amazing. I hope that I love this one. Going with the thing about how I have to read books relatively soon after pre-ordering, I still need to read Are the Wildcats by Siobhan Vivian. I gave myself an extra month with this one because I really wasn't feeling it in April, and I didn't really get it until March 31st anyway, so I'm going to give myself some extra time to get to this one. But this is a YA novel following a field hockey team, and their kind of initiation night. So I'm excited to give it a try. I just wasn't necessarily in the mood for it last month. Another pre-order that I would like to get to from that I pre-ordered last month that I need to read this month is The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. I pre-ordered the paperback copy because my other editions that I have by her are all paperback, so I've been waiting for this patiently, or not so patiently, to come out in paperback, so it finally came out. I don't know what it's about because it's a thriller and I just kind of want to go into it blindly, but I'm excited to give this one a shot. Every month I read a nonfiction book, so I'm hoping that I can get to possibly The Ride of a Lifetime by Robert Iger. This is the president of Disney. He stepped down, but I think he's kind of back in now that the coronavirus has kind of taken over the world. So I'm excited to see what he has to say about his career as the CEO of Disney. I thought this would be a really fun read. It's short. If not, I have other nonfiction books to choose from, but this one is the current one that is kind of catching my eye. I would love to get to Tightrope by Amanda Quick because this is the third book in the Burn and Cove series, and book 4 comes out May 5th, and I have it pre-ordered, so I would like to at least catch up with the series. This is another historical fiction novel, so as you can tell, I'm really feeling fantasy. I'm really feeling historical fiction. That's what I really want to be reading right now, so hopefully I'll be able to sneak this one in. I thought this one might be fun to start, and that is Australia, which is the bind-up of the romances that they created this to help benefit the Australian wildfires. This has apparently over 30 stories, so I thought it could be fun to read like a story or two a night or morning or sometime during the day every day, so that way I like slowly pick this apart. But I'm excited to give it a try. There's some really awesome authors. There's Penny Reed, Emma Scott, Sierra Simone, Kennedy Ryan, like a whole bunch of authors that I've heard tons and tons of things about. So I'm excited to give this one a whirl. Then we've got the Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams, just because I look at this on my shelf constantly and I always feel guilty that it is still on my shelf unread. I pre-ordered this in November and I never read it. So I feel like, and I think book two just came out and they already have talked about book three, so I feel like I need to catch up and read this one. Then my last two are also fantasy reads, like I've been telling you, I've been craving. So I've got To Best the Boys by Mary Weber. I believe this is kind of like a dystopian novel, so that's the main genre of fantasy that I've been like really trying to read a lot of. I believe this is about a world where a girl enters this like maze contest, which is like only meant for boys, and like whoever wins gets this like really good education or something like that. She really wants it, so I believe she finds a way to enter this contest. Sounds really good. Reminds me of the Maze Runner, so hopefully I will like this one. And then the last one is The Farm by Joanne Ramos. I've been wanting to read this ever since I got it, but for some reason I just keep putting it on the back burner. This is also, I believe, a dystopian novel dealing with pregnancy. I believe that they like pay big money for you to have babies, and while you're pregnant, they kind of give you like the life. They give you the best food, the best comfort, and all this. And I guess like I don't think you really are given a choice. I don't know, but it sounds like this one woman who is currently on the farm, and she has her own family already to begin with, and I guess it's her story. I'm not positive, but I've been wanting to read it since I got it, so hopefully this month will finally be the month. So yeah, those are all my May possibilities. I know I probably won't get to half of these because my brain has just been like, read everything. So we'll see what I end up getting to, but let me know what you're really excited to read in May, and I will see you guys really, really soon. Bye, everybody.